The engines of the Soda Railway were always busy. Thomas was puffing to the seaside with happy vacationers. And Gordon pulled the express. Gordon thought he was the fastest, strongest, and most cleanest engine on the whole railway. But one thing bothered him. His firebox was rattling as it cooled down at night. Gordon knew that his rattling will stop the engine from getting to sleep. But that night, Gordon's firebox went click-clong, click-clong. Thomas and Percy thought it was very funny, and they started to chuckle. "Rattler Gordon keeping us all awake," laughed Percy. "The only engine is keeping other engines awake," he said crossly. "Our little engines with very bad manners." But secretly he felt very embarrassed. But that morning Percy teased him again. "Rattlebox is awake at last," he puffed happily. Gordon ignored Percy. He did not like being called names. "I'm the strongest and the best," he puffed to himself. "Strongest and best, I pull the express." He wished that the other engine would remember that. Later, Gordon pulled into Napper Station. Emily was there. "Oh, look," she said. "It's Gordon. He's pulling the Click-Clonk Express." This made Gordon even crosser indeed, especially when Diesel came up. "I hope your Click-Clonk gets better soon, Oil Diesel." "See you later, Rattler." Emily laughed and laughed. Gordon felt very cross indeed. He thinks that it was time for the other engines to treat him properly. So later at the water tank, he pulled up ahead of James. James was surprised. And later on, Percy was shunting Gordon's coaches into number 1 platform. "Off you go now, Percy," said Gordon. "Thanks for shunting my coaches, but this is my number 1 platform. Little engines shouldn't hang around." "You're a bossy big blue boiler," he said quietly as he puffed away. A few minutes later, Gordon told the other engines to give him a polite toot-toot whenever they saw him. "But why?" asked Thomas. He was very puzzled. "Because," said Gordon grandly, "I am the strongest and the best." "You can toot at him if you like," said Emily, "but I'm not going to." Gordon steamed across the island. He was sure that the other engine will treat him properly. He saw Emily. Gordon thinks that she will wait for her to whistle back, but Emily didn't. He was so cross that he didn't see the signal telling him to stop. And he didn't see that Emily was pulling a good string up ahead until it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. But Gordon came off the rails and he was covered in milk. "Oh dear, Gordon," said Edward. "Let me go get help." And Edward puffed away to get a breakout train. While he was doing that, Percy puffed up towards him. "Hello, Gordon," said Percy. "I see that you're not the cleanest engine anymore." After that, James puffed up. "I don't think that you will be pulling the express for a while, Gordon," he laughed. Then Thomas arrived. "Gordon's a mess, Gordon's a mess, he's launched a milk he is," puffed Thomas, laughing. Annie, Clarabelle, and even the passengers laughed. After that, Gordon was back on the rails. Henry took his passengers the rest of the way. Gordon felt very foolish indeed. A few minutes later on, Gordon was at the finish yard. He was going to be there for a long time. His front wheels was broken, and it was hard to get the milk off of him. So Sir Topham Hatt had everyone to do Gordon's jobs until he's back in service. One evening at Timothy's sheds, Henry huffed. "It's hard work pulling the express." "Yes," agreed Emily. "Gordon thinks that he is strongest and fastest to pull the express." "I miss Gordon," said Percy sadly. "I miss having his rattling to go to sleep." But next morning, Gordon felt very better, and he was back in service. The workmen even fixed his rattling and his firebox. That night, everyone missed Gordon. Gordon had even something to say to all of them. "Is it about being the fastest and the best?" laughed James. "Not at all," said Gordon. "I know my rattling kept you all awake, and I'm very, very sorry. And I was also sorry about my 2 toots. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. And I realize now that the other engine's 2 toots because they was working very hard, but not because when they asked for it." "But we think you do deserve it, Gordon," said Thomas, "because you worked hard and you are a very useful engine." All the other engines agreed. Now all the other engines are greeting each other by their 2 toots. And even for their hard work on Sir Topham Hatt's railway.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. There are lots and lots of engines. Who's that puffing along the track? It's Gordon. Gordon is a great grand engine. He is blue and has the number 4 painted on his tender. Gordon is one of the strongest engines on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. His special job is pulling the express. Strongest and best, cleanest and fastest, and pulls the express. Gordon wants all the other engines to hear. But one day, Gordon heard something that he hoped none of the other engines could hear. His engine was squeaking. Gordon didn't feel like the most important engine on Sodor anymore. Diesel teased him at the docks. He said Gordon would be sent to the scrapyard. Gordon believed him. Gordon had a special. He had to take children to the docks to catch their boat. Gordon found out that the slower he went, the less he squeaked. So Gordon went slower and slower. Sir Topham Hatt was on board. He wanted to know why the fastest engine on the railway was going so slowly. This made Gordon very unhappy. So Gordon decided it didn't matter if he was going to be scrapped. He would make his last journey the fastest he had ever puffed. Gordon's pistons pumped. and his boiler bubbled. He squeaked, rattled, and rolled into the docks. But Gordon didn't mind. The children were on time for their boat. And Sir Topham Hatt didn't scrap Gordon. He sent him to the repair yard. Gordon knew he was an important engine. And Gordon likes to feel important. Gordon will be there to help. That's why it feels good to be Gordon.